So as we walk over here to the world of jazz band and band instruments, I want to make sure that you can hear and see some of these things. So Mr. Bowman, if he's having some kids demonstrate, might have them just walk to the front so that kids on that side can see it, just to get a visual. But could you please welcome Mr. Bowman and the jazz band?
Hi, everybody. Hi. We're trying to get some technical difficulties worked out still. But hello. All right, we are the jazz band, and you probably recognize some of these instruments, especially those of you that are in band. We're here last year. You'll know some of them, but we've got some different varieties if you haven't seen them before. So we'll start with our people in front here. In front, we have all of our saxophones. Yeah. Mr. Crane had you say college scholarship. This is the opposite of that. Yeah, nobody needs saxophones, but it's okay because I'm a saxophone player. So, in the middle here, you can have them hold it up. This is what some of you play here. So, Kyler, you can hold yours up too. Even though theirs are funny red colors, those are the alto saxophones. Say alto saxophone.
Alto saxophone.
And then next to them on the ends, they'll hold them up. We have our tenor saxophones. Say tenor saxophone. That's like a big brother to it. And then here on this end, see if Mark can hold it all the way up. There we go. This is the bari sax. Say bari sax. Yeah, it's the deep, big brother to all the saxophones that we have in jazz band. We can. All right, walking out here, we have our trombones. Led on the end by Audrey, the trombonist. This is a bass clarinet. Say bass clarinet.
Bass clarinet.
Any of you play clarinet? I know some of you played clarinet last year, yeah? This is like a really big clarinet. So that's why she plays with the trombones, because it's really big and deep. And then the rest of these, hiding back here, are trombones. Most of them are just like the ones that you've seen here. Grayson here, can you hold yours up? His has a little extra funny trigger on it and an extra tube, but it's still just a trombone. Those are all our low end for the jazz bands, our trombones and bass clarinet. Say, thanks, trombones and bass clarinet. All right, now let's have the next group. Oh, Mr. K's already got them ready. Look at him, it's like he's done this before. Come over here so these guys can see you too. Yeah, just like they were supposed to. Yeah, clarinets and our flutes, right? I heard those. These are what a lot of you play. So a bunch of you raised your hand for clarinet. How many of you play flute? Great. And if you don't have your hand up yet, you can learn one of them still. That's great. Clarinets and flutes, they're not normally in jazz band, but I like to take anybody that wants to be in here and wants to learn their instrument and get good. So they come in and they join in and they play all sorts of tootly, flutely, fun and clarinet stuff. But these are two of the more common ones that a lot of you here recognize and see. So they'll go back and we'll bring our last group up of people that can leave their instruments. Thank you, clarinets and flutes. Come over here like they did, so those guys way down there can see you and not be all left out. Yeah. And this section has the biggest ego of any group ever. This is the what? What are these? Trumpets. Any trumpet players out there? Ernie should have his hand up. But good. Hi, trumpet players. These are our trumpets. They look mostly the same because they're all kind of the same thing. Just like the trumpets you play, nothing special about them. Lily's got kind of a special one because it's a cornet. Say cornet.
Cornet.
Yeah, that's just because she wants to be special and not call it a trumpet. But it plays and sounds the exact same. So say thanks, trumpets.
Thanks, trumpets.
Yeah. Okay, go back, trumpets. And then buried back there, you probably heard Sean on the drums before, but we got our drum set. That's Enzo. He can wave at you, wave his drum set. Drum sets only in jazz band or occasionally in chamber orchestra. But we don't do it here in Simonds because we don't do any kind of percussion stuff. But we have a bunch of extra percussionists back there that are going to play all sorts of fun stuff for you. And then we've got Noelle. She's one of our drummers, but she's also going to play the keyboard, the piano. Any piano players out here? Oh, good. If you play piano, good. Learning all these other instruments is going to be way more fun and, come naturally to you. So join one of our classes. And then we got Zena. Zena can wave, or she can stand up and hold her instrument if she can, but she plays the guitar. She's playing electric guitar here so we can hear it, because you never hear an acoustic one over all these noise. And you'll hear her when she gets plugged in. And then hiding back, trying to get in much as the sun as they can, are our three basses, so they can hold up their basses maybe. Those look just like the basses Mr. Cranen held up, right? No. Now, those are electric basses instead of big upright basses. It's nice to have upright basses in jazz band too, but those are so much lighter and they like to be lazy. So. But those all together, I don't think I left anybody out, make up all the stuff we have in the jazz band. And we've got a bunch of music to try to play, so I'm not going to have them all demonstrate for you. But you'll hear them, all these songs feature them as they go throughout a little bit. So the first thing we're going to do for you is called Car Wash. So if you're my van, you need one of these. Oh, sorry, Joe. All right, Car Wash is up, jazz band. Thank you. Everybody say sheep protectors. Yeah, that's what they're supposed to have their music in so that doesn't happen. Nothing like live music and the first time you go out and do something. Mom and dad ever tell you to do something, you're like, I don't need to do that, silly mom and dad. And then it goes wrong and you're like, oh, I should have listened, yeah. Doesn't change in middle school. All right, this next last official thing, that's not it. We got one more we're going to just play part of an Earth, Wind, and Fire mix. So some of your teachers must be like, what is that? But maybe your teachers will know Earth, Wind, and Fire. But it's a little medley of their tunes. We're just going to do the last tune out of that medley, sing a song, and then I'll hand it back over to Mr. Crane if he wants to talk some more. When they leave, or when everybody leaves, they've got one more tune they'll play everybody out that everybody's heard 8 million times. So this is Sing a Song by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Simonds, it's always so nice to perform for you, and we want to make sure we can get you back to your classes so you can get your stuff before the bell rings. I know we get out 2:02, but before you do, let's just say a few things again. Say band, orchestra, choir. Simonds offers all three. Say how nice. And you're going to get registration forms in your white envelope. And your what? So you want to take that home, show it to your families, and then fill it out for whichever instrument seems to be something that's interesting to you. Can you say saxophones? Trombone? Flute? Clarinet? Trumpets? Rhythm section may or may not be all offered, but just say rhythm section. Now say violin. College scholarship. Cello. Bass. And then for choir, it's whatever voice you have joins in that choir. So whether your voice has changed or not, which is unlikely at this age, you get to join the choir and they have a spot for you. We're going to have the chamber orchestra stand on up. And I'd like just so they can see the instruments, go ahead, chamber orchestra, and put some violins, violas here on the side. And then Simon's teachers, we're going to let you excuse them how is best for you. So by teacher, go ahead, students, listen to your teachers. And on the way out, Mr. Bowman has some playing out music for you. So here's one final tune as you go back to the teachers. Thank you, Simonds.